You stand in front of the fridge and genuinely do not know if you are hungry. Someone asks where you want to eat, and your first instinct is to scan their face for the answer. You promise yourself you will go to bed at 11, and at 1 in the morning, you are still scrolling, almost surprised, like it happened to someone else. This is what years of ignoring yourself actually looks like. Not drama, not collapse, just a slow disappearance from your own life where even simple preferences feel like a language you forgot how to speak. I've had patients tell me with complete seriousness that they had to Google what their favorite color probably was based on their personality. They were not joking, they just did not know anymore. So let us talk about how you rebuild trust with yourself in a realistic way, starting from where you actually are. Not a dramatic reinvention, not quitting your job, cutting off your family, and moving to Lisbon. Something smaller and, honestly, harder. The first thing to understand is that self-trust is not a feeling you wake up with. It's a track record. Right now, if you are like most people who spent years overriding themselves, your internal track record is terrible. You told yourself you would start the gym on Monday. You told yourself you wouldn't text them back. You told yourself this time you would speak up in the meeting. And each time you folded, a small piece of you made a quiet note: she does not keep her word. He does not protect me. So now, when you make a promise to yourself, there's this skeptical part inside that barely looks up. It has heard this before. Which means the work is not about grand commitments. Grand commitments are actually part of the problem. If you promise yourself you will meditate every morning for an hour, journal every night, meal prep on Sundays, and finally become a person who goes on runs, you are not rebuilding trust. You are setting up another betrayal. You are speaking to yourself the way a disappointing parent speaks, full of promises that will not land. Start smaller than feels dignified, embarrassingly small. You say you will drink a glass of water before coffee, and you do it. You say you will text your friend back by Thursday, and you do. You say you will leave the party at 10, and when 10 arrives, you actually stand up. These things look like nothing. They are not nothing. Each one is a deposit into an account that has been empty for years. Next, you have to rebuild access to your own signals. Because if you have spent a decade scanning other people for cues, you genuinely cannot hear yourself anymore. There is a simple practice for this. Several times a day, just pause and ask, what am I feeling right now? And what do I actually want in this moment? Not want in a big life sense. Want right now. Water, silence, to leave, to stay, to say no to this email. Most people are shocked by how often the answer is, I have no idea. That is the data. That is where you start. Stephanie Stahl suggests something I like a lot for this, a half-hour writing slot once a day just to process whatever is loud in your head. The point is not to solve it. The point is that when you give your inner noise a real appointment, it stops ambushing you at midnight. Your mind learns, okay, she will listen later, I can let go for now. If you are someone whose thoughts loop constantly, try the rubber band trick. Wear one on your wrist. When you catch yourself spiraling into a story about what they meant by that message or whether you ruined everything, snap it lightly. It is not punishment, it is a pattern interrupt, a small physical cue that says, come back. Now, here is the part almost no one talks about. Rebuilding self-trust requires you to become the adult in your own head, not the critic, not the drill sergeant, the adult. When something scary comes up and the panicky part of you wants to abandon a decision, the adult voice has to step in with actual arguments, not affirmations, arguments. If you said no to a friend and now guilt is screaming at you, the adult says a resentful yes would damage this friendship more than an honest no. If you are terrified of making a mistake at work, the adult says, I have survived mistakes before. I have evidence. Here is the evidence. This is where worst-case thinking done properly helps. Most people avoid worst-case thoughts because they feel awful, so the fear stays vague, which keeps it huge. Instead, walk it all the way through. What if I actually fail this presentation? What happens then? Then my boss is disappointed. Then I have an uncomfortable conversation. Then I prepare better next time. Fear shrinks the moment you follow it to the end. Structure is the other piece people underestimate. When you do not trust yourself, making decisions all day is exhausting, and exhaustion is where you betray yourself most. So reduce the decisions. Fixed times for sleep, fixed window for work, a standing Sunday plan if Sundays are when you tend to spiral. This is not rigidity for its own sake. It is scaffolding while the inner structure is still being built. Then there's the harder work, which is saying no. For people who have ignored themselves for years, no is not just a word, it is an earthquake. You say it and wait for the ceiling to fall in. It usually does not. Most people accept a calm, clear no far better than you expect. What actually damages relationships is the resentful yes, the favor you do while silently keeping score, the plan you show up to while wishing you were anywhere else. Try this line when you need it. That does not work for me, but I can do this instead. Notice the structure. No justification tour, no 6-paragraph apology, just a clear decline and, when honest, an alternative. Now, a warning, as you start keeping promises to yourself and saying no, an old feeling will show up. A sinking, guilty, I'm being a bad person feeling. That feeling is not a signal that you're doing something wrong. It is the echo of a younger version of you who learned that disappointing people was dangerous. When it shows up, name it. Oh, there it is. Then keep doing what you said you would do anyway. The feeling fades faster than you think, especially when you stop arguing with it. And here's where it turns. After a few weeks of this, something quiet happens. You start to notice that when you tell yourself you will do something, a small part of you actually believes it now. Decisions take less effort. Your own opinion starts to carry weight in your head again. You catch yourself knowing what you want at the restaurant without consulting anyone's face. This is not magic. It is the math of kept promises. So rebuilding self-trust is not about becoming someone new. It's about becoming someone your own system can finally rely on. Not perfect, not consistent in every area, just honest enough, often enough, that the skeptical part inside finally looks up and thinks, okay, maybe she means it this time. That is the foundation. Everything else, the boundaries, the clarity, the calmer relationships, the work that feels like yours, grows out of that one unsexy thing. You said you would, and this time you did.